Hello, I'm Paul Machin, this is Steve Howson, and it's time to Ask the Club. You tweet in right there. I mean, literally not there because that's a box, but you know, at Ball Street, hashtag Ask the Club, and we read through as many as possible. Do people still use keyboards? Probably.
Yeah.
Do you ever use your phone like this?
No.
Good.
I'm not a grandmother.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would. So first question comes from Shaw Mayan. Yeah, at Shaw Mayan on Twitter says, should they bring in ref cam?
Yeah.
You like a bit of ref cam?
Yeah.
No, you've experienced a bit of ref cam firsthand. So we did the Fan League Cup over the summer. Arsenal Fan TV versus Full-Time Devils. There was a ref cam involved on that. And it was comedy gold.
Play that video.
Kicks it, says, how's the handball? Handball there. Oh, it's not been given. It's not been given.
How?
DT's going ballistic. Here's the thing. I think there's a potential proper serious use for this. And no, I know.
What?
I'm taking the tone. I'm taking the tone there. But we've seen a few instances recently where there's been talk. We've had accusations of racism on the pitch, and both times this is one of them is a Firmino Holgate.
If they're in the earshot of the ref, they'd be in the earshot of the camera.
You'd think so. If it's adding a percentage chance that you can catch this kind of stuff, it doesn't need to be for public consumption, is what I'm saying. You can just have that, and if they need to call upon that for evidence for stuff in the future, fair play. Everyone's going on about getting decisions right and what have you. There could be a thing.
I'd rather this than VAR. I'll tell you that for free. Oh, absolutely. Tell me in the comments. What do you reckon? Yeah. This or VAR? This all day.
Ref cam or VAR?
Yeah, ref cam all day long.
Just
if you had the choice. The Super League, they have it, and the refs look a bit daft wearing it because they seem to have gone for like straight out of 1997 with the technology. Right. Like, you think, hang on, we can get them in a button now.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to go for a proper headset. Right? There's no need for that.
Yeah, the thing is for me is like I think it should be there for pure entertainment value because the stuff that comes out of football players' mouths is amazing. But here's the thing, I think there's probably people in the higher ups. I don't think they'll allow it because I think people within the game understand that. Well, there's just too many. There's just people just
when did they do anything that was fun?
Unforgivable things on the pitch, don't they? You know, the language that comes out of footballers' mouths.
But Craig Bellamy's not playing anymore.
Well, no, but Wayne Rooney is, you know, and Wayne Rooney can't not swear. It's basically he thinks the F-bomb is a comma for a Wayne Rooney, you know. But I would also just like to see for one game completely uncut. And, you know, we've got like tunnel cam, you know, and like Liverpool got tunnel cam, City have got it. You can get like a few gems in there. I would love to watch a ref cam for 90 minutes.
What's the next iteration of tunnel cam? We've had tunnel cam, we can have ref cam. We've got VAR. Is there like a mole cam? Can we have? Penalty spot cam?
Ball cam's the obvious one, isn't it?
That's going to take some serious technology to keep it level. I mean, it's some serious gimbalage going on there to keep it on the ball.
It would be genuinely unwatchable, but I mean, yeah, if you could find a way to, it's impossible. But if you think it's a possibility,
you get 360 on ball cam. Right, come on, let's get a pen and paper. Let's draw this out. So then, as you're watching the video back, obviously, this is where VR comes in.
It's basically, I mean, I'm not saying it's that. But it's absolutely that. I think that should be enough to patent.
That's exactly what.
I mean, we've just basically made that public, so we can never patent that. But I feel better. I feel like we've contributed towards the good of the game.
We'll see you though as a patent troll.
So, next question then. Yes.
Did we get to the bottom of that?
I don't think we did. Yes. Yes.
VR,
the question was, should they bring in ref cam? And the answer is yes.
Yeah. And ball cam.
Future of United.
That needs a tweak on a name, I reckon.
Absolutely. Future of United, who's at Martial Wizardry. Have you noticed this? That there's a lot of, we get it for Liverpool, like a lot of these, like, insert a player name, and then it's got some descriptive word after them. That's what everyone's called on social media these days. Yeah. Firmino.
Come up with one right now. Go.
Tooth whiteness.
All right.
Yeah. Firmino, Colgate. You know, it writes itself basically. He's not gone for alliteration. It's not. Again,
alliteration is usually the one.
Martial madness. There you go. Just picked a better Twitter name than this guy. Apologies if you're a long-term viewer. After United versus Liverpool, how did both teams look going into the last 8 games? Fight for top 4. I don't think United are in a fight for top 4 anymore. I think you're nailed on for top 4 at this point.
Yes, I wouldn't say we're nailed on for second, but I think we would be comfortable in the top 4. We've now got that breathing room from you and from Spurs where we can not lose, but we can take our eye off the ball for a game if we have to, as we hopefully progressed in the Champions League. I think we look good. Liverpool,
I think
this weekend's results?
Similar, we had it going into the United game, was that we had that cushion between us and Chelsea in 5th, so that we could afford to drop points there. But that gap is going to start to look pretty inconsequential if we don't get back on the horse and carry on winning games.
I wouldn't be shocked to see it go down exactly how it is right now.
I agree. I think we might finish slightly above Spurs. I think we'll see. I think it's going to... We've got Chelsea to play, and we've got Everton away. They're too big.
Competition. Oh, there's still an FA Cup.
Yeah, there's games. I think we play twice before you guys next player league game. Even though it's then a difference of hours by the second game. So you'd
be a point closer to us.
So we could be a lot closer and a lot more. The pressure could really be on by that point. We'll have to see. But I'm confident Liverpool will finish in the top 4. I'm not prepared to write second off, because I don't think this season we've not gotten where we are in the league by being great in those big games. We've gotten it by beating everyone else. So yeah, I think you're obviously in the driving seat for second. And then I think it's probably I hope it's just a fight between Spurs and Chelsea for the 4th place. Spurs getting it, then Arsenal winning the Europa League.
It's funny whoever misses out, though. Let's face it. If Spurs miss out, it's funny after the way the press have gone on about them.
Because you're about to throw Liverpool into that mix, and that wouldn't be funny.
Well, I've given you the guide. I've just said, even if it's just Chelsea or Spurs, it's still just funny.
That's fine.
You've got the defending champions, or you've got the team that the media
was the league for the last 3 seasons.
Was basically just waiting to anoint, essentially.
There you go. Okay, NUFC J18 says, who's going down? Well, listen, let's have a little look at the table. So in a nutshell, West Brom are dead.
I don't like saying certainties before their certainty, but they are
8 points.
They are way adrift, aren't they? With 8 games, they're not averaging a point a game at the moment. They're averaging, 2/3 of a point.
Fast math.
Yeah,
fast math.
Quick math. They're averaging 2/3 of a point per game, which means that if they're on the current track, they're basically going to finish on about 25, 26 points, which means.
Well, wouldn't be enough to get them out of the relegation zone.
It's just not enough, yeah. So I would say, if you're a bookie, you'd have paid out on that, I imagine, by now. And they're not usually wrong. There's the occasional time when they get excited, isn't there? But I'd say West Brom, boing boing time.
I can't see Southampton staying up. If I'm honest, I don't think they've got it unless they suddenly click in front of goal. I just don't think they've got the firepower to stay up, and then...
It's mad how they've slipped. It's the draws. Yeah. It's their inability to turn into wins, because they could have, even half as many, if they got wins in there, they would have flown up the table. And I think they're the ones where it's the finest margin for them, but they're on the wrong side of the margin. And I think you might be right. I think it could be a last day scenario, but Southampton, I think it could be them. And aside from that, West Ham sinking like a stone. I would enjoy watching David Moyes take another team down. I really would. Just to see who he blames.
Yeah.
Just to see who he blames and not realise what the common denominator is.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. He takes the champions to 7th. He can easily take the likes of West Ham and that down. Yeah. Not a problem.
I'm amazed Palace are actually still in there. Now, the degree to which is the fact that they started so horrendously. I think they've got enough in front of goal. I think we saw it against Hughes last week. That, I thought they were unlucky not to take something from that game.
I was shocked we came back.
They've got a bit of firepower. They've got pace. They've got Roy Hodgson, which doesn't help, but at least he's got an ethos. Whereas I'm not sure Moyes has quite got that at West Ham. I'm not sure that Lambert's necessarily got enough of it at Stoke, although it wouldn't shock me to see him pull them out, because again, they've got a few good players. So give me 3. West Brom?
Yeah, I think West Brom's the first one in there. I'm going to say Palace, and am I?
Southampton?
No, I'm going to say West Brom, Southampton, and West Ham.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I like too many people involved in the channels. For the sake of the Ball Street Network, we need Southampton and West Ham to stay up. And you know what? Stoke as well. Sorry, Elliot. Nearly totally glossed over your existence there. Matt's not doing the Huddersfield channel anymore, so they can go down, and Swansea can go down.
Safe, they're safe-ish. They're picking points up, aren't they? That's the thing. Yeah. Single points. Yeah. That'd probably be enough, looking at how low the tally is for everybody.
Pick your bottom 3 and put it in the comments below, if you would, please. Last question of the show.
I think we're safe.
Jack, celebration. See, that's similar to what we were talking about, but it's one word. Clever.
He's not done bad there.
Who at the moment is the most underrated Wonderkid in the Premier League, and who is the most overrated? I think the most overrated is probably still Jack Wilshere, isn't it?
Like, do you know what? Every time I say this, Arsenal fans, because they love getting triggered, don't they? Go mental that he bossed Barcelona. Did he though? Did he though?
I don't even know what game you're talking about.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yes.
When Arsenal played Barcelona.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. What did they win? I don't know.
I'm joking.
So,
I'm joking. I actually think Wilshere's been pretty good this season, to be fair. I think he is a good footballer, but he's one of them. He's going to end up being 35, and people are going to go, oh, but what, when he just gets this right, it'll click for him. Underrated? It's a shame, because I'd love to talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he had a terrible game at Old Trafford last weekend, so that's not aided his cause. Well, Marcus Rashford basically picked him up, threw him up in the air, and then scored 2 goals. He's a very good player, and he's come on leaps and bounds in that regard for Liverpool. So I still think he's slightly underrated, but he's not helped his cause any. Look, he scored a free kick in the Champions League qualifiers away from home against Hoffenheim. Scored again in the Champions League group stage. He's got goals in him. He can take free kicks. He's 19 years old. He's a midfielder playing at fullback and doing a pretty decent job. Without Nathaniel Clyne there's guidance as well, who should he's not even been in training for most of the season, so your most experienced and one of the best right backs in the league, not having them to pull you along, I think he's done pretty well.
I like Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake's good. Is he still? I don't even know. Is he like 23 at this point?
It might be. He just feels like he's one of them that's been 20, 19 for the longest of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a big fan of Nathan Ake. I think you can extend that to, even if he is 23, to that. He's still a rookie, really, in the grand scheme of things.
Do you think we overrate English Wonderkids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And not
we
just
overrate
us,
them and
the
then
press.
basically destroy them to little pieces.
It's
Rashford's a great example of that.
Yeah, Rashford is a great example of that. I think Rashford's got a great development going on at the moment, and that's all I'll say.
He could do with being allowed to be an impact player at the World Cup. Doesn't not have all the hopes and dreams. Let the press destroy Dele Alli for that. Let them destroy Sterling for that, because they seem to have the hooks in on both of them.
I definitely think if we was extending this to the Championship, Sessegnon would have been in there, because I think he is absolutely smashing it at the moment. And I said this to you earlier, didn't I, that if I was taking a World Cup team right now, I would love to see Southgate come out and go, do you know what, we're going for... Do you think England can win this World Cup? No, of course you don't, because you're not mental. Right? So you want to go, have we got any chance of winning this World Cup? No, let's write it off, and let's take a team of under 24s, 25s, and let's say, we're going to
Sorry, Danny Drinkwater.
We're going to do this
Not for you this tournament, mate.
Exactly.
You go and get a good holiday.
And you take the likes of Ake, you take the likes of Sessegnon, you maybe even take Foden or Sancho or someone like that for the experience. And I honestly think the press would get on your side. I think you can say to them, we've got a plan, which has never happened in the FA and English football. So you say, we've got a plan, this is our plan, and we're going to do X. And I actually think it'd be the first time since probably 1990 that the press would actually go, do you know what? Let's get behind this.
I completely agree with that.
Until one of them gives a penalty away
until
someone.
Until one of them gets sent off for poking someone in the eye or flipping someone the V's off, or gets found out with like a stash of porn under his bed and his mum's dead upset, and the press absolutely turn on them and destroy them all. Yeah, no, that's an absolute possibility. Let us know your overrated and underrated Wonderkids in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video if you think we've done okay with it. Yes. Subscribe to Ball Street for more fantastic content this week. Check out Social Club from Monday with me and Steve. That was great as well. Subscribe to our channels and more. And of course, if you want to interact with the show for next week, at Ball Street, #AskTheClub, and we'll see you next week.